Hey YouTube, Robert here. Wanted to talk about medical bags. So over here we have, this is just my medical bag for home and travel and whatever. And then the Water Ninjas IFAK. I have one on my gear. Uh, Now the difference between the two is this one is set up for major trauma and minor cuts and stuff. So it pretty much has everything. Has uh, sutures, scissors, hemos, all that stuff. I think it's really important, um, especially if you have a mindset for prepping. If we're preparing for the worst, natural disaster, economic collapse, a raw, uh, shit hits the fan, whatever, you got to keep in mind that there's not going to be any medical help, chances are, if things are that bad. And one advantage I have is my wife's a intensive care nurse, so everything in this bag she knows pretty much how to use. I mean, she has the training, she knows what to do, what not to do, blah blah blah. But everything I need is in there: medications, like I said, sutures, splints, tourniquets, all that stuff. Now in IFAK, you have four major things. You have a tourniquet, you have uh, a nasal gel airway, you have uh, gauze, for an Israeli bandage, and then you also have some of them have the spike for chest, to ventilate a chest. Now, also keep in mind that this kit is, when you have it on your gear, this is for you. This is for if you're wounded or whatever, that whoever's giving you medical help takes this off of you and uses it on yourself. So it's important that you know what's in there, and the person that is in your group is trained to use what's in there. Uh, so also, I wanted to tell you, I went to a class that teaches field uh, trauma, how to deal with field trauma. We actually did exercises where we went into a room, had to find the injured party, uh, under gunfire, under stress, all that. And I have some decent knowledge on medical. My wife being a nurse for one, I've done the CPR classes and all that, done a lot of research, but applying that is a lot different than uh, knowing it. So when I went into this class and we did these training exercises, you get kind of lost. I mean, you're under stress. I mean, they had, synthetic gunfire, and the victim just had blood all over him, simulated leg trauma, simulated chest wound, blah blah blah. And so when we went in and found the victim, the party, this group member, and there were two people, and you try to deal with that. It does, you have to communicate with the guy you're with. You also have to return fire. I mean, you have to deal with the threat that's in the room or in the field, and then get to the victim and do what you can for them. And the reality of conflict is people are going to die. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So basically, when you're in the field, you're dealing with um, somebody that could die. I mean, and that is always on your mind, and you just try to do the best you can. You may not save everybody, uh, The other thing I found interesting was going. We did this in a very large warehouse. Is you find the victim, you're returning fire, you're under fire, you get rid. Once that's dealt with, and you start focusing on the downed person. Uh, One of the hardest things for me was what to do with my rifle, because you don't want to set your rifle down. You never set your rifle down. So you sling it on your back or you sling it to the side, but it's always in the way. Something's always in the way. Their clothes are in the way. Their trauma plates, their bulletproof, their bulletproof vests, all that. So I think it's very important to train in scenarios like that. I mean, it may not ever happen, but if it does, at least at least you know what you should be doing. I mean, things will never go the way you want, but at least you have the knowledge and you know how to apply it. And the guy that was training us is a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. He's an EMT and search and rescue. So he knew what he knows his stuff. But he said, you just don't know what you're gonna come across. All the training doesn't prepare you for the gore of war. If that makes sense. But so anyway, you use this pack. You do what you can. We learned how to apply tourniquets, how to do the chest tube, how to do the nasal tube, how to do a chest seal for gunshot wounds, what to pack, what not to pack as far as bullet wounds go. And then once they're stable enough to move, because really that's what you're trying to achieve is, can we move this guy to someone that can do more for them, a guy or girl, whatever, because you are not going to be able to alone on the battlefield save that life if the wound is that bad. If it's minor, if it's a gunshot wound to the leg, you might be able to, more likely you'll be able to save them. But if it's a chest wound or in the box, the torso, you need to get that person out of there and to somebody that can do more for them. Which is where a kit like this comes in, and then also somebody with some knowledge. So if you have a group, I think it's very important for your group to train for that situation, because without it, if none of your group members know how to use this kit on you or somebody else, like I said, people are going to die. I mean, that's just the hard facts of it. So definitely worth getting some training in that. You may be able to save some lives in that type of situation. So just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully this video wasn't boring, but just the importance of a good IFAK. A good decent one runs about $50. You can spend more, but really that's all you need. You need the basics to be able to stop the bleeding, cover the wound so it doesn't get infected, and then get that person to someone that has the gear and the knowledge to do more for that person. So if you have a group, all the training for fighting is fine, but definitely medical, because in any conflict, first comes the shooting, second comes the casualty or the wounds, and then victory after that, maybe, or not. But definitely this really got me thinking how important it is to have the right medical gear, because without it, instead of losing 2 or 3 people, you may lose a lot more. So thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you. Back again. Sorry, one more note on the IFAKs. In a conflict, to better help yourself survive, get a bulletproof vest or a plate carrier, because most wounds to the extremities, if they're not too severe, uh, can be dealt with and are survivable. But wounds to the torso, you know, there's not a whole lot of hope for you if you suffer a shot to the heart or the lungs, or you know, any internal wound in the box. So along with this goes a plate carrier or bulletproof vest, preferably both. You know, that's up to your training, what you're comfortable with doing in patrols, because I mean a plate carrier is going to weigh upwards of 20 pounds plus. Bulletproof vests are, you know, 5-6 pounds. So definitely an IFAK, and get yourself some ballistics protection. So that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.